track. Oh, morning.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy King Dre, and I'm coming at y'all again with another one. Today, we're going to chop it up about tips to having great conversation with women. Conversation is extremely important. So I'm going to give you some tips, man, and some insight on how to develop your conversation game with the ladies, man. But before I get into that, like the video, hit the notification bell. That way you can get that good player shit fresh off the press. Like the video, comment on the video, subscribe, all that shit. Like I keep saying, man, YouTube's algorithm picks this stuff up when you guys liking it and commenting and saying people like this player shit. People digging this dude King Dre. So I'm gonna promote King Dre to more people. This is how I grow. This is what keeps me going. You know what I'm saying? This is what keeps me spitting that game. So, you know, give back in that way. Pay it forward. Pay me back that way. You know what I'm saying? If you want to give me anything, just give me a like. You know what I'm saying? Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the game. You did what I'm saying? So, also, man, my course, How to Attract Women, Attraction 101, is live. Go pick that up. It's 25 bucks. That price will go up at the start of next year. 2020, that price is going up for that, but right now I got it at a player price. It's gonna still be a player price, but right now it's at the real player price. You know, a good deal on that. 25 bucks, you can't beat that. About an hour and 45 minutes of straight game, man, on attraction, physical attraction, internal, you know, your personality traits, how to develop those traits, peacocking, the whole nine. So get that course, man. But let's get straight into this, man. You know, I'm gonna give you 6 tips to, you know, improving your conversation skills, man, and so you can have a good conversation with women. So I'm gonna give you 6 tips. But before, you know, a couple things, man, to understand is that conversation is probably one of the most important things that you can have when it comes to women, as it is the bridge. The conversation is the bridge between you and her vagina, you and her heart, you and her mind, especially her mind. And you know, players, we like to get the mind. We like to get a woman's mind and soul. You need conversation to do that. So conversation is essential. You know what I'm saying? And what women, you know, in most cases, what women consider good conversation, man, is you listening. Like when a woman says, oh, he's, you know, he has good conversation, I like him, he has good conversation, a lot of the times what they mean is you listen to them. You know, you empathetic to what they're going through. You know what I'm saying? You paying attention and stuff like that. It's not necessarily you spitting game at them. It's when females say that, when women, that's what women consider good conversation on a basic level. You know what I'm saying? It can get deeper as far as, you know, you kicking game and you talking fly at your mouth. That elevates it. But on a basic level, what women consider good conversation is basically you listening and paying attention. You know what I'm saying? Also, in most cases, right, when you meet a woman, in most cases, your first conversation with her, whether it's on the phone, you know, whether it's on a date, that first conversation is going to determine where you end up. So if you go in the friend zone, it's pretty much based on that first conversation. If you fuck her that night, it's based on that first conversation. Whether you get put in the boyfriend category, all of it is, you know, based on the first conversation. So that conversation, it will determine where you end up. Also too, man, understand that women love to talk. Right, women love fucking talking. Women love running their wild. Women say, I think they did a study, right, that women use like fucking 50,000 words a day or some shit like that. Women love talk, and they love whoever listen to them. They love them. You know what I'm saying? They cling to them. They become attached to whoever listens to them. You know what I'm saying? So understand that too. One more thing before we get into the 6 tips though is own who the fuck you are, right? Always, man, always own who you are. Be confident in who you are and be unapologetic about that. You know what I'm saying? No tiptoeing, no pandering. We don't do that. That ain't what players do. We own who we are. We are who we are, bitch. Like it or hit the fucking highway. You dig? So that's that, man. But let's get straight into this. So tip number 1 is get present in the moment, right? Be present in the moment. Get out of your fucking head, man, and be present in the moment with the woman, whether you're on a date, whether you're on the phone. Get out of your head. Don't worry about nothing else but what's in front of you. It's almost like a, you know, a live day by day type of thing. But you know, or minute by minute. Don't look back. Don't look forward. Be present in the moment. This is how when they say, you know, oh, I feel a person's presence, so a person can walk in a room and you feel their presence, right? This is some real game. Check this out. When you ever been in a room with somebody and they walk in and you can feel their presence, that you know everybody feels the energy. It's because typically those people are in that moment. You know what I'm saying? And they're making their presence felt that way. You know what I'm saying? And when you in the moment with a woman, whatever you say to her will be 100 times more meaningful. You know what I'm saying? So that's tip number one. Get in the moment. This is extremely important. And this ain't just with conversation. You know what I mean? This is with everything. Get in the moment. That way, when you walk in, your presence is felt. You turn heads this way. So when you're sitting at a coffee date or you having ice cream with a bra and you're there, you're not yesterday. You're not forward. You're not an hour ago. You're not an hour from now. What you got to do when you're home, but you there in that moment. You're much more powerful to her. You know what I mean? And what you say will resonate 100 times over. You know what I'm saying? 100 times more. So that's tip number one. Get in the moment. Tip number two is genuinely want to get to know them. You have genuinely, right? And one way to do this, man, is to, especially before you go on dates, is to screen them out for 15-20 minutes. And if that way you don't like what they're talking about, you know what I'm saying, then you can keep it moving and not waste your time. But you have to genuinely want to get to know the person. You know what I mean? That helps you in your conversation. That naturally, when you want to know something, or when you want to know about somebody, you ask them the right questions. You listen to them. You know what I mean? And this naturally makes you good at conversation. It's naturally, you know, it's attractive because you giving off that you want to know them by the questions that you ask, by you listening and paying attention. So genuinely want to get to know the people. You know, you should want to know the people, especially if you're going to sleep with them or, you know, wife them up. You want to get to know them, you know, so genuinely want to get to know them. You know, ask engaging questions, right? So they reflect and reveal themselves. When you ask these questions, right, you ask engaging, interesting questions, so they reflect, they dig deep, and they reveal themselves. Once you do this, sit back, shut the fuck up, and listen, right? So King Drake, what are some examples, you know, that I can ask him? Like, you know, ask shit like, what was it like for you growing up? You know what I'm saying? What was your childhood like? This they have to dig. They have to dig, and it makes you seem as though you want to get to know the person, right? So you ask them shit like, what was your childhood growing up? You know, what made you choose the career path you're on right now? These questions are engaging. They have to reflect. They have to dig. They have to dig within themselves. You know what I'm saying? Also, you know, you can ask what activity in your life fulfills you the most. This is one of my favorite questions, man, because a lot of people have shitty days. This is a kind of a sidebar, but a lot of people have shitty days, man, and when they can dig in themselves and find something to smile about, you know, and if you can pull this out of them, you get a couple bonus points. You get some cool points for that. So one of my favorite questions is what activity in life that you do, you know, fulfills you the most? And people dig and they go to really good places in their lives. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's another one. Another good one is, you know, what's your greatest flaw, you know, and what's your greatest strength. But when you ask these questions, you don't have to necessarily ask these questions per se, but questions like that, engaging, getting them to dig deep. When you ask this type of shit, man, sit back, listen, and pay attention. You know, and when you asking these questions, these are questions that, you know, that come from a person that genuinely wants to know about a person. When I meet a woman, or when I you know, whether it's online, in person, or whatever, I genuinely want to know who the fuck I'm around. I want to know the person. I don't give a fuck how many hoes I got. I want to know all of them. I genuinely want to know them, whether I'm going to sleep with them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I ask these type of questions because I want to know. I want to know what it was like for them growing up. You know what I'm saying? I want to know what type, you know, what fulfills them the most. And also I'm collecting data as I'm listening. You know what I'm saying? Because their answers are going to reveal who they are. And as a player, I can use that. You know what I mean? So that's number two, man. Genuinely want to get to know them. Number three, this is a huge one. Do not try to impress them. Do not try to impress them. Women are turned off by tryhards. Everybody's turned off by a fucking tryhard. You know what I'm saying? And trying too hard to impress people. When you do this, give yourself anxiety and nervousness because you're trying to appease to a person. Relax. Don't worry about trying to impress them. Worry about getting to know the person. Worrying about building something. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to impress them. You shouldn't have, in your mind as a player, man, you shouldn't give a fuck about impressing anybody anyway. Bitch, you like me or you don't. That's my mentality. You like me, you should be trying to, my shit so tight, bitch, you should be trying to impress me. That's my mentality. So, you know, have that same mentality. Don't try to impress people, man. You choke. You don't know what to say. You're stumbling over your words. You're nervous. And when you're nervous, you got nervous anxiety in it, anxious energy. You can't have a good conversation like that. It's not flowing. It's not fluid. And it's not natural. You dig what I'm saying? So that's number 3. Do not try to impress them. Number 4, another big one, man, that people look over. Don't worry about the end goal. Don't worry about, okay, I'm using this. This is the vehicle to, I'm gonna get the ass. I'm trying to get the ass. This is it's almost like you know, staying in the moment. Don't worry about the end goal, man, because you're gonna base your conversation, you know, you're gonna base what you're saying around the end goal. Just relax, man. Get to know the person, build, get the person comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Get the person to open up. Don't worry about smashing and fucking. Don't worry. If you play your cards right, if you do this right, the pussy gonna be in the bag anyway. You know what I'm saying? If you're attractive, which you need to go get, by the way, you need to go get that attraction 101 course. If you're attractive, you got the personality, the conversation flowing, you gonna fuck anyway. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about the end goal. Me personally, when I meet a chick and I'm chilling with a chick, I'm not worried about that shit, man. I'm not worried if I'm a hit. In my mind, I already know that it's in the bag. Because in my mind, I feel like if this bitch give me any time, you know what I'm saying? If she give me any airtime, if she sit and talk to me for 10 minutes, this bitch is fucked. I got her. So that's it. That's my mind. Of course, it doesn't work out like that all of the time. You know what I'm saying? Some I don't hit. But at the end of the day, this is my mentality going into it. I'm not worrying about smashing because in my mind, the pussy already in the bag. If she come with me, if she come and sit down and chit chat with me or whatever, she come to the crib, I come to her crib, or we go sit at the park. In my mind, right? In my mind, the pussy in the bag. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about the end goal because you base the conversation around that, man. And you know, you start talking about shit too premature and, you know, you're rushing and all of this shit. And it throws the vibe off. So that's number 4. Number 5, tip number 5 is listen more than you talk and pay attention to detail. Like I said earlier, women love to talk. People love to talk. People love to reveal themselves. People love to talk about themselves. People love to feel important, and people love people who will listen to them. You know what I'm saying? And who empathetic, pardon me, who are empathetic to what they're going through, and you know, compliment them on their, you know, on their successes and their achievements and stuff like that. And they also appreciate people paying attention to detail. You remembering, you know, you remembering their name, or you remembering something about, you know, that they said. You know, also you do this to be charming, but it's also data. People, when people are rambling and they talking, they're revealing themselves. You know what I'm saying? You just sitting back, you collecting data. So listen more than you talk, man, and pay attention. This makes you, with women, this is it's the basics to having a good conversation with women, at least. With guys, it's a little bit different. We like to bounce the ideas off each other. To me, a good conversation is out, you know, if I can learn from you and we can learn from each other. But for women, it's different. You know, it's, you know, do you listen? You know what I'm saying? So listen more than you talk and pay attention to detail. It makes you seem more charming, and you also collect valuable data that people give off when they're talking. People don't realize the stuff that they're saying, even though they're trying to, you know, when people try not to reveal too much about themselves, especially if they don't know you, but you can take clues from what people say, the joys of their life, the ills of their lives, and you can pretty much get a general idea of who they are as people. And this is very important. This is how you spot red flags also, by paying attention to detail. So that's number 5. Listen more than you talk and pay attention. Number 6, do not be judgmental. Don't have the judgmental vibe. Don't come off as judgmental, tooting your nose up. Be down to earth. Women love down to earth men because they're comfortable. They can be themselves. And if anybody knows, any real player knows, any real ladies man knows that if you can make a woman feel comfortable and be herself and let her hair down, you have her soul, and you will have it forever. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, she will open up to you in ways that she never opened up to anybody else, whether it's, you know, sexually or whatever. So do not be judgmental, man. Be cool, be relaxing, be down to earth, be comfortable to be around. Don't toot your nose up. It's cool to have your own opinions. It's cool to debate things, but don't look down on people. Even if you are a judgmental person, keep that shit to yourself. Be a person that people can be themselves around. That's probably one of the in seduction overall, that's probably one of your greatest weapons. You know what I'm saying? Is to get people comfortable with you so they can open up and be themselves. And if you judgmental, you know, you're not going, you got that judgmental vibe, it's not going to happen. That makes you, it's anti-seductive. You know what I'm saying? And if you judgmental, your conversation ain't there with the ladies, at least. Also, being judgmental, if you give off this judgmental vibe, I don't give a fuck how, you know, how much you turn a woman on. But if a woman feels like you're judgmental, she's also going to, especially on the first date, she's not going to sleep with you because she feel like you're going to judge her for it. You know what I'm saying? If she wants anything more from you down the line, she think you're going to judge her for it and lose respect. So kill the judgmental shit. It kills the vibe. It kills the conversation. So that's number 6. I got a bonus tip for you guys though. I got a bonus one. Bonus tip. So this is number 7. This is bonus. Work on your fucking charm. Charm, man. Charm is key. It's very powerful in seduction and the whole 9. Charm. Work on your charm. In my course, Attraction 101, How to Attract Women, I dig into charm. You know what I'm saying? So go get that course, like I said. But yeah, that's the bonus tip. Work on your fucking charm. Develop your charm, man. Become a charming person. This is, if you charming, you can be fat and ugly, man. You can be fat and dusty and all that. But if you can get a bitch close to you and you charming, you got them. You know what I mean? So that's that, man. If you like this video, if you found it of value, like the video. Give me a like. That's all. You know what I'm saying? That's all I ask for. I don't ask for much, man. Just, you know, throw your boy a like. Throw me that bone. If I get 200 views, I should at least have 150, 160 likes on the video. So, you know, give back in that way. Spread the word. That way we can keep growing, because YouTube's algorithm says, hey, people like this player shit. People like these videos this dude spitting. So we gonna spread that shit, you know. And this is how we get the world on some player shit. The world need to be on some player shit, because it's on some feminism shit right now, and it's whack out here nowadays. We need to get back on this player shit. So help me out in that way. Also leave me a comment. You know, let me know what you think. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, that way you can get this good player shit fresh off the press. Also, I'm doing 101 consultations for the player price. So if you have problems with, you know, in your relationship, you want to get your ex back, you want to develop your personality, you want to develop anything about your personality, you want to become more attractive, you want to spit game, you want to be fly, hit me up, man, and email me and we can chop it up, and I will get you right, man. That's a promise. So, you know, for the player price too. So hit me up on that. Join my Facebook group. I'm gonna leave the link in the description for that. So join that. You know, fill out the it's not really fill out, but just read the rules and say you agree. If you agree to the rules, and you know, welcome to the club. We in there chopping up game, sharing shit, bouncing shit off of each other. No trolling, no bitch ass shit. We don't do that. We players. So join that if you want to be a part of that. It's growing. We at 100 and I think 160 members so far. We just want to, you know, just a international players group. Also follow me on Instagram at get_free_game. That's get_free_game. And one more time, go get my course, How to Attract Women 101. Physical attraction, personality, bait, the whole 9. You need attraction. Nothing happens without attraction. I don't know how many times I can say that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys hit me up on Instagram and they say they want to know how to do this and why they're having this problem. And I look at them, they look crazy. They look like bums and the whole shit. So, you know, get that course, man. You need that. But this King Dre, man, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys, all you guys' feedback. You know, you guys make me who I am. I do this for y'all. Appreciate the love. It's King Dre, and I'm gone.